Hey guys, it's Melanie. Thanks for joining me for another candle review. If you missed it a little bit earlier today, I uploaded my thoughts on Homeworx candle that I had left over from last year that I decided to start burning in the new year and review for you guys. If you want to check out that review, I will link it in the description box below. Also down there, I will put a link to where you can shop with Kringle Candle, as well as my ambassador discount code. That doesn't necessarily work with every single sale that Kringle has. It certainly works on full price purchases, and it works on a number of the sales, but not every single sale. I feel like it's always worth applying just in case you can use it. Otherwise, you're probably already getting a pretty good deal. Okay, so we are talking about Kringle Fireplace today. This was one of the candles that I actually received from Kringle as PR. This was not a scent that I would have ever purchased. This was from the limited edition Mercury jar release that they did. If you wanted this collection, you had to either place a pre-order towards the beginning of November, or you had to wait and see if they had any leftovers. And they did, of some of the scents, and they ended up putting those on their website a little bit later on. Now, since the holidays ended, I believe that all of the limited edition Mercury jar glasses have sold out. This one here, Fireplace, is sold out. I really hope that they revisit this particular collection with this style of jar again. I don't even think this necessarily needs to be like a holiday thing. I love Mercury glass. I think it's because I am just an old lady at heart. I love things that look old and kind of worn, and Mercury glass I just think is so incredibly beautiful. So I would love to see more of this. Now, this particular scent, like I said, I received as PR. So full disclosure there, I didn't pay for this one. I paid for several of the other scents because they just sounded so amazing, and they were. They usually always are from Kringle. This scent here has really kind of surprised me in terms of how much I have actually enjoyed it. That being said, I am not a convert necessarily to the smoky, woody scents, at least yet. Who knows? I will say my personal tastes, preferences have evolved over the years, and I definitely feel like I can embrace a wider variety of different types of fragrances. So instead of just automatically going for gourmand and fruity scents, you know, I am also interested in some of the other scent categories at this point. At least in terms of testing them out. Like I said, I'm not a convert, but I'll try them and I'll review them for you guys. So this one here, let's go ahead and talk about the fragrance notes. I don't know, by the way, if Kringle is going to re-release this particular fragrance at some point again. I'm reviewing it in the hopes that they do. And that way, if you're interested in the future, you already have a reference point of, oh yeah, this is the type of scent that I would enjoy, or no, I would not. So the scent description, I love that Kringle gives these really nice scent descriptions on their website. I'm gonna go ahead and read that, and then we'll read through the fragrance notes. I'll tell you what I smell, and we'll talk about strength and throw. And there is a little bit of a problem with this one, but we'll get into that. Okay, there's no place like home for the holidays. Cozy up to the intoxicating medley of warm hickory smoke, black birch, and fresh oak embellished with golden hints of ambered patchouli. Your top notes here are smoke and wood. Your mid notes are spice and herbal base. And I can't read. Actually, I can. I'm just putting the wrong words together. Okay, let's do this again. Your mid notes are spice and herbal. Your base notes are amber and vetiver. So when I smelled this on cold sniff, didn't necessarily love it. It smelled very smoky, very woody, and definitely spicy on cold sniff. I will say, I think burning it was definitely a good decision. I almost just gifted this one away during the holidays because I was like, when am I really gonna enjoy like a smoky fireplace type scent over the course of like the next 10 months? It wasn't gonna be anytime soon. But I thought, I'll go ahead and still review it. I'm so glad I did, because once this is lit, this is another one of those Kringle scents where I should just keep my mouth shut until I actually burn it, because it really does smell so much warmer and cozier when you light it. Something happens with the wax, the heat, the oils that just transforms the fragrance into something that is so much more lovely and so much more sophisticated, even though this really does at its core come across as like a fireplace type scent. It is aptly named, you guys, for sure, but it's not as spicy. It's not necessarily as smoky or woody. Really, I smell a lot more of that like amber and patchouli type vibe. Now, amber, I love. In personal fragrance and home fragrance, I just think it's so warm, cozy. It can be like a romantic type smell. Very sensual, beautiful in that way. Patchouli, I know a lot of people are afraid of because most people think like, oh, does it smell like dirty hippie patchouli? It does not. This is a like softer, prettier patchouli. It certainly doesn't smell like, you know, you just walked into like a Woodstock festival in the 60s or something. It's a very sophisticated patchouli. And I get a lot more of that when this is burning. In terms of that herbal note, that is the one that I don't really get. And vetiver, I think I can kind of smell that in here, but it's not something that stands out to me at all. It's really mostly the smoke, the wood, the spice, the amber, and that kind of patchouli vibe that runs throughout. This is lovely. Again, I don't think I'm a smoky convert, but this has really been enjoyable. And the strength and the throw of this are quite good, especially since this is in the usual 2-wick format from Kringle. This is their soy formula, obviously. Usually that kind of lays around like 5 and 6 in terms of strength and throw. This one I would put more of between like a 6 and 7 in terms of both strength and throw. It's quite strong, and I can definitely really get the vibe of this fragrance as I like walk throughout the house, no matter where I'm at. Like, I know that this candle is lit, but it's not always like smack you in the face like, oh, you have like a roaring fire going in your fireplace type of vibe. But it's definitely there in the background for sure. I will say, this one wants to soot on me just a little tiny bit if I leave it lit for more than about 3 hours at a time. This is incredibly rare for the soy formula, and I have a feeling it's because of the types of oils that they use in this formula. Mick did share with me that there are certain types of oils that no matter what you do, you can potentially deal with some amount of like sooting. They certainly try to play with their formulas and try to eliminate that as much as possible, but occasionally you can get a Kringle soy candle that will get a little dirty on you. Now, the wax hasn't changed color, but I noticed some discoloration around the edge of the jar, and that's something that I really never notice in, I would say, 98, I mean, I would probably even venture to say like 99% of my Kringle soy candles. I can burn their soy formula for well beyond 3 hours and usually never have an issue. But this one here seems to be the exception. So, do I see myself repurchasing this if it is re-released in the future? I don't think so. In fact, and you guys know that I rarely do this, but I'm thinking about just popping this one back into my candle closet and pulling it out next holiday season again. Or I I think we could also enjoy this one out underneath our covered patio. We sit outside year round. I live in Oregon, so yes, it's cold and it does rain here. What you have heard is true. It's quite rainy here, especially in the winter months. However, it's quite comfortable out there because we have a huge stone fireplace, and it's just really nice to sit in front of that fireplace. And I always like candles outside. I think it just helps to improve the mood and the ambiance out there, and this would be a fantastic one, especially with our stone fireplace out there. I think it would be quite lovely. So I haven't decided what I'm gonna do yet, but I will give this one 2 thumbs up for really surprising me based off of my initial impressions. So if it comes back and you are looking to try something new, I would say give it a try. If you normally like these types of scents, you're totally gonna dig this one. I will say maybe don't leave it lit for quite as long, and who knows, it might be reformulated the next time it comes out, and then there won't be any sooting issues, but we shall see. There are so many great things to come from Kringle this year, and honestly, I cannot wait to show you guys all of the newness. I think you're really gonna be pleased. Some of you might not be pleased with some of the changes, but I think the vast majority of people are going to be very pleased with what is coming down the pipeline. I know that I am, and I can't wait to continue to watch Kringle grow. They're a fantastic company. I think their customer service is awesome, and I think they're trying to innovate, which I think is a great thing. So anyway, you guys, those are my thoughts on Fireplace by Kringle. Let me know if you have any questions. Like I said, I wish I could link it, but she's gone. If you want to check out what else is available from Kringle, check out the link below, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Please subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.